Short introduction. Our next speaker is the CEO of GoAnimate and also of Serial Entrepreneur. He has been in love with technology since 4th grade, and he taught himself BASIC so that he could program an Apple IIE to do his own math homework. So today, speaking about can you make cartoons, please welcome Alvin Hung.
Hi everyone, give me a brief moment to set up my computer. We'll be real quick.
Welcome to another episode of Italiano Couture. I'm your host, the Fat Chef.
And I'm your other host, the Skinny Chef.
In this week's episode, we're gonna be cooking a nice 5-cheese lasagna.
Nah, in today's episode, I'm gonna be showing everybody how to make a heart-healthy eggplant parmesan.
No, we're not gonna be making no eggplant parmesan. We're gonna be making a nice and tasty 5-cheese lasagna.
Ain't gonna be no 5-cheese lasagnas, pork pie. Gonna be a whole lot of eggplant parmesan happening around here.
But I don't want no eggplant parmesan.
What's the matter with you? You got something against eggplants?
No, I just wanted the 5-cheese lasagna.
Look at you. You don't need no stinking 5-cheese lasagna. You are a 5-cheese lasagna, you bloated tub of lard.
Now what is it that a cracker supposed to mean, eh?
I dice you up and put you in the stew, an Ethiopian village I could feed for a month off of your blubber butt.
That's it. I'm not working with this guy no more. Nobody tells me they're gonna chop me up and feed me to no Ethiopians.
Fine. Don't let the door hit you on the way out. Then again, I don't see how it could miss you, Shamu. Tune in next time, and if he comes back, I'll show you 6 Eskimo recipes for cooking up whale blubber.
So I have been working on democratizing animations for the past few years. I would like to share my experience with you. That animation we just saw is created by one of our users. When I think about the word genius, I think about Albert Einstein. And he said, imagination is more important than knowledge. He said that because while knowledge encompasses everything that we know now, imagination includes the whole universe and everything that we don't know. That's why this conference is so important. When we were kids, we were all champions of imaginations. With a wooden stick, we became warriors, battling dragons and monsters. With a cardboard box, we become race car drivers and jet pilots. But as we get older, we begin to back away from expressing ourselves. We begin to try to fit into society, and we stop expressing the genius that's inside us. That's a shame, because it's true genius and imagination that can change the world for the better. I think we stop expressing ourselves for a few reasons, and the first one is because of fear. As we become more self-conscious, we begin to be afraid of how our peers, how society is going to judge our expressions and our creation. It's like everybody can draw a little bit, everybody can sing a little bit, but very few of us can actually draw something that they will feel comfortable sharing with the whole world. I can sing, and I'm very, I'll be embarrassed if I'm asked to sing in front of everybody. And so, And so that's the problem that we are facing right now. Because of our fear, because of our self-consciousness, we won't let ourselves express unless we have created top quality content. And that's sad because making top quality content takes tremendous amount of work, tremendous amount of time. But not every single one of us can actually devote the time to become musicians, writers, and movie makers. So the question is this: if we don't have the necessary skills, does that mean we can never express ourselves? Sorry, my iPhone is not working perfectly. Here we go. So that's the problem that I actually encountered a few years ago. I had this very funny and cute story in my head, and I wanted to turn it into an animation for my wife. I thought, although I don't draw very well, there must be some software out there that can help me make an animation easily. I was totally wrong. An animation is actually a sequence of pictures shown rapidly, one after another. So here, we have many pictures of a woman, and if we show these pictures one after another quickly, it looks like she's actually moving. In general, we need to show at least 12 pictures per second to create animation. So that means if I wanted to create a 1-minute animation, I need to draw at least 700. Hello? Okay. So if I wanted to make a 1-minute animation, I would need to draw at least 700 pictures. That's a lot of drawing, even for a professional. And I haven't drawn since I was 5. So that experience was extremely frustrating. I tried a lot of software. I tried everything trying to make animation. And I couldn't do it myself. And so I was totally disappointed, and I wished that I could make animations in 5 to 10 minutes, that it could be very easy. And that's the reason why I created GoAnimate, this company, is to make it so that everybody can easily express themselves with animations comfortably and easily. So to get started, why don't we take a look at a sample video first, and then I will show you guys how that video is created live here. So engineering, let's switch the recording to the screen, please.
What? He said he does not like you. Well, you know, he would say that only if he is really in love with you.
What? She said she does not like you. That is rough. It is best to move on. Hey, did she say anything about me?
So just something silly and short, and let's see how we can actually make that live. We are connecting live to the internet, so the speed sometimes will be a bit slow, but it should render in no time. And as in all things with the internet, you can never rely on it when you need it. So why don't we go over and try to use a pre-recorded video that I created. So that we can bypass this. Not working well. Okay, something strange has happened. Resolution. Okay, great. Okay, it works. Don't know why there was a connection problem, but here we go. Okay, so the application actually works kind of like PowerPoint. You have objects on the left-hand side. In the middle, we have what we call a stage. This is where you would actually lay out all the assets. And then at the bottom, we have slides that you use to create different scenes. So, okay, in the first scene, we want to get rid of the background because we are going to put a speech bubble on stage, and then we're going to say, girl advice here. So move it a little bit. In the next scene, we'll go over here. The girls were actually inside a kitchen, so we'll need to change the background to the kitchen. We can get rid of this speech bubble now. And then let's put the two girls on stage. One and two. Okay, so the girl on the left-hand side, she was very sad. So I'm going to go over here, and then I'm going to ask her to perform a sad action for me. So she will be sad. And the girl on the right-hand side, she's going to say, you? And immediately, the system will translate that into words.
What? He said he does not like you.
Her throat is not, functioning well. She has a sore throat or something. So we should change that voice to a girl's voice. Let's try that again.
What? He said he does not like you.
Okay, that works. So in the next scene, she's going to say, that. Remember to change the voice. And so,
Well, he would say that only if he really loved you.
Cool. Now, in the next scene, we need to go back and choose the bar background for the guys. Guys like to hang out at bars. And we don't need these stools, so we can actually just, get rid of them. And then we'll bring out two guys. Okay. Another one. So guys actually don't react as well as girls when it comes to romantic stuff. So he's going to be crying. Okay. So for him, he's going to say, okay, let's try that.
What? She said she does not like you.
Okay, very simple. Now, let's add another scene. And here, he's going to say,
Well, best to move on.
and lastly,
What did she say about me?
and to make it more comical, the first thing that we can do is to change his facial expression so that he is talking happily. So like that. And then we can actually use camera control so that we'll actually zoom in on this guy. So like that. To make it even more interesting, maybe we'll have him look at the camera instead of looking at his friend. Okay, so let's see. Let's do a preview and see what happens.
What? He said he does not like you. Well, he would say that only if he really loved you.
What? She said she does not like you. Well, best to move on. What did she say about me?
So there are a lot of other stuff. Thank you. So there are a lot of other stuff that we can do in the studio. We can upload our own soundtrack. We can pick a soundtrack from our sound library. We can use special effects. We can add sound effects, a bunch of other stuff. But we are best to move on and take a look at this thing called the character creator. So when you're making a film, sometimes you just have to have that special someone to appear as a star. Maybe today we can try to get the President of the United States, President Obama, to appear in our animation, with us. So how do we get that? How do we hire Mr. Obama to join us today? Well, we can easily create him so that we can basically get him to act for us. He's a serious politician, so let's get him to wear a suit. And he is going to be wearing some very dark suit since he is serious about politics. Sorry, it's kind of hard to speak and navigate this thing at the same time. Okay, cool. And then he has dark pants as well. Next, we have to pick a facial shape for him. I had a picture of him here. Okay. So he has kind of like a sharp chin. So maybe that. How's that? Not very good. That too rounded, huh? Okay, that seems pretty good. I mean, he is kind of skinny, so that's right. And then we need to pick a skin color. That's better. That's better. Hairstyle-wise, like that. Cap, maybe? Not really. Okay, this one, maybe when he grows older. But that seems right. Okay, and we can string that a little bit. So since he doesn't have a whole lot of hair, so we like that. Okay, now we need to pick a pair of eyes for him. I think that works. So I'm going to string this a bit. And then we can, give him eyebrows. Move it down a bit. Nose-wise, how about that? Not very good, huh? I think this one looks more like him, so okay, let's take that. He doesn't really have a mustache, but if we want to, we can give him like, some kind of mustache. Or maybe if we really want to, for Christmas, we can make him into Santa Claus. But for now, let's move on to picking a mouth for him. And something like that. Okay, cool, we're done. Well, actually, no, we're not. I just want to show you something really quickly. Ear, we can give him glasses as well, and if he's really stylish, he can be wearing shades. But nothing for now. And, the White House is actually very brutal, so he has a Band-Aid on his face. And he has been working really hard, so he has getting some wrinkles. Okay, cool. So we're done creating Mr. Obama, the character, and now the system can actually dynamically compose all the animations, all the actions together into a package, so that then we can bring him out inside the studio and get him to act for us. Okay, so okay, yeah. So I'm just going to bring him out and have him move a little bit for us. It will take just a moment. There we go. So we have created Mr. Obama, dragging him on stage. and then we can get him to, let's get him to dance. There you go. So to wrap up today, we are indeed in an age when everybody is trying to bring out the best out of them. That's great news. Everyone had great ideas. Everyone had great stories to tell. We just need a little bit of help in terms of tools to bring out that imagination. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Alvin, for the dance show here at the end as well. That's great. For the next part of our program, before our fourth session,